Hey friends, welcome to Mindful MX365. I'm Justin McBride, and this is the daily series where we consider quotes, concepts, and contradictions that can support us on our journey of experiencing life mindfully. Today's consideration is a quote from Winston Churchill: "Dictators ride to and fro upon tigers which they dare not dismount, and the tigers are getting hungry." When you first hear this, you might think, what the heck does that have to do with mindfulness? And I don't blame you. When I first heard this, my brain didn't immediately think mindfulness. But when I gave it a second read, I started to get a little bit more value from it in the way that I was considering the words. Let's ignore the dictator part of that and just look at the tigers we're riding around on. And we're not dismounting them, right? We're too afraid to get off these tigers, and the tigers are getting hungry. I think of the tiger kind of like the unpleasant idea or thought or emotion or that thing that we're kind of repressing, we're trying to ignore, and we don't want to deal with it. We don't want to respond to it at all. Whether that's an appropriate response or an inappropriate response. We're just kind of shoving it away. Each of these ideas is kind of like a tiger. So we might be riding upon multiple tigers at any given time. We could be getting pulled by a chariot that's powered by tons of tigers. The problem with that is each tiger is getting fed little by little. Each time it pops in our head and we ignore it, we are feeding it, but not nutrition. We're feeding it steroids. We're giving it power, but not nutritional sustenance. So it's getting stronger and stronger and more powerful the more we ignore it or the more we're unaware of it. The longer we go without finding an appropriate response or way to confront that tiger or that unpleasant thing, it's just getting stronger with each injection of these anxious or depressive or whatever negative emotion or connection we have to them, like whatever that is, it just keeps fueling them with steroids, but not providing them what they need to actually curb their hunger. And so when it does come around time to dealing with them, sometimes it's pretty difficult because this thing is so hungry and we're so scared of it that it just never happens. At the end of the day, though, if you unhook the tiger, look at it. Is it really a tiger? Or is it a little kitten, right? That we've been fueling. And in our head, it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger because we don't want to find a way to approach it or to address it. So the next time that you have something unpleasant or undesired that you recognize that you're kind of pushing back in an unhealthy or non-beneficial manner, just kind of remind yourself of the fact that it's not that scary of a tiger. It's probably this little kitten. And if we continue to push it down and run away from it in our head, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That doesn't mean you need to actively address every single thing that pops up in that exact moment, right? There's a time and there's a place to respond to certain unintended things, emotions, thoughts that pop up. But be aware that they are there and perhaps where they came from. Make a mental note of it. Perhaps jot it down on a piece of paper and commit to coming back to it when it's appropriate, if it's appropriate. Because sometimes we don't need to come back to it, right? Sometimes we can unhook that tiger and let it run away. Maybe it's not even our tiger to figure out what to do with. Thanks for stopping by for today's consideration. I hope you got value from it. If you have an idea or something to contribute, maybe you have an idea about how the dictator could be a more meaningful piece of this metaphor, I would love to hear it. We have a channel called Mindful X365 that all of our daily considerations go into. And this could be our video considerations that you're watching now. We also have some days that are podcasts, other days that are blogs. If you head over to the Mindful X365 channel, you will be able to see all of our considerations and respond, interact for each one. Now, You may not know where to go to find that, so I'm going to take 30 seconds to share about mindfulx.net. Mindfulx.net is our free to use, free from advertisement community that is a place for you to share ideas, to ask for help, to experience life mindfully in a digital platform without worrying about algorithms stealing your attention and hijacking your focus for the day or the hour or whatever time that you're not intending for it to. Head over to mindfulx.net. Takes you about 30 seconds to get going on there, and you'll be connected to a group of open-minded people who are ready to experience life mindfully with you. Again, I'm Justin McBride. I'm super appreciative that you stopped by today. And remember, mindfulness is only a few intentional breaths away. I'm going to practice a little intentional breathing right now. If you want to stick around and join me, go for it. When I'm done, you won't hear any loud noises or anything, so feel free to continue on as long as you like. I'm going to close my eyes and just check in with my body and my posture real quick. Ensure my head is above my shoulders. Take my first breath in. And out. When I breathe in, I like to count to 5, hold it for about 2 to 3 seconds, and then let it out. Let's go ahead and practice on our own. Breath in.